Hey guys, how's it going? It's been a couple weeks now since I've uploaded a video. Sorry about that. But today I am going to be using this really bad team, in my opinion, against a guy by the name of Skipskup in a UU battle. Looking at my team, this is the first time I think I've ever used Meloetta. Don't think I'm ever going to use it again. It was really bad in this match. I forgot the set I have. I think it has like U-turn Psychic, Relic Song, and Close Combat. That might be it. Not 100% sure. I have a bulky max defense, max HP, Intimidate Arcanine, specially defensive Bronzong, I think Life Orb, Haunch Crow, and my standard mixed attacking Sharpedo. Looking at his team, physical threats, Crobat, Azumarill, Victini, Snorlax, and Mienshao. I don't see any special stuff on his side, so I figure that Arcanine is going to be doing I don't know, the bulk of the taking the bulk of the hits this match. Looks like he's going to lead with Mienshao or Crobat, because normal Mienshao's lead, and Crobats, if they're banded or if they're taunt toxic kind of thing, then they're pretty good in the lead spot too. That Victini is going to give me a lot of problems during the match because, oh, you'll see. But let's just get into the battle. Alright, so here he ends up leading out with the Mienshao, while I lead off with the Togekiss. If it's a Scarf variant, then it's not really looking too good for me. But here he does show that he is Fake Out, which means Life Orb and probably Regenerator. So I just go into my physically defensive Arcanine with Intimidate, max defense, max HP, as he goes for the U-turn and goes right out into Snorlax. I don't really know. He might have Thick Fat, and that's what he was going into take a fire hit. But I do just go for the Will-O-Wisp, which cripples the Snorlax. Here there's a bunch of switching going around. He goes into Victini as I go into my Arcanine here. I think I went to Bronzong before, not 100% sure about that. And I'm not seeing an item here, which makes me think either Scarfed or Banded. I don't have the Intimidate on the Victini though, so I'll have to find out about that later. The damage to the Bronzong makes me think that it's Scarfed because my Bronzong is specially defensive. So I do just switch right back out into the Arcanine, as he actually goes for the Blue Flare, which is one of Victini's not signature moves, but it's one of the new moves he got. I think he got Bolt Strike and Blue Flare. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that does show me that he is not choice locked, which will come back into play later. Here I go into Bronzong because I don't really have anything else that wants to go against the Snorlax. I mean, the Snorlax is pretty much crippled, but Bronzong isn't really important at this point. So I figure get in there and get the rocks up, which I did not do. I go into the Meloetta and U-turn right on out of there into my Bronzong again, as the Snorlax just goes for Body Slam. Here Snorlax goes out as I think I went for the rocks that turn on the Crobat switch in. But here I see the Crobat start to set up and I immediately go for the Explosion. I think I also carry Gyro Ball and Earthquake, maybe Gyro Ball and someone else. I'm not entirely sure how that set works. Might be Toxic and Earthquake. But luckily, my Haunch Crow Sucker Punch takes out the Crobat, and just like I wanted, I got the Crobat out of there early. So here I go into the Arcanine as he goes into the Mienshao, as I just go for the Flamethrower, and then I think I go for the Extreme Speed right afterwards to take out the Mienshao, wow. That's nice because he was setting up with SDs, which is really kind of strange. I don't really see that, especially when he has U-turn and Fake Out, which are pretty much useless with SD. Anyways, I do go for the Flamethrower on the Bronzong, and here I bring in Sharpedo thinking it's relatively safe, possibly a chance to come in and do some work, but he does knock me down with the Azumarill with the Waterfall Aqua Jet combination, and I go into Arcanine, go for the Will-O-Wisp, get the Intimidate off. Here I was kind of scared because I missed the Will-O-Wisp, and I thought Aqua Jet might get a high damage roll and take me out from there. But I decide to stay in anyways and go for the Willow as he switches out into Victini. He goes for the Bolt Strike right there, and that's doing way too much damage. I'm thinking he's like Muscle Band or something. I don't think I see an item this whole game. Might have been like Focus Sash, might be Expert Belt, but it could be Expert Belt. Yeah, that'd be interesting. But I do go into Arcanine right here to get the attack drop on the Victini as he just continues to go for Bolt Strikes left and right. Here, I was a little bit scared bringing in Togekiss on the Bolt Strike because he is doing about 50%. So I was thinking that if he got 48 and that was absolute minimum, then I might die on the next one, which would have been, I think, 58%. I'm not sure about that. But I do get another 48% and I'm able to get the Thunder Wave off, and then proceed to go for the Roost. And then here I'm just doing some para-flinching stuff, like a Jirachi would normally do, as I find out he has V-Create, which is really strange. So he's like a mixed Victini that's kind of fast. I guess it's just for high damage outputs, because he's got the Bolt Strike, he's got the Blue Flare, he's got the V-Create. I don't think I found out what the fourth move was. If it was U-Turn, I probably would have seen it by now. I go for the Air Slash on the Azumarill as he brings that in. However, I do miss, and he just goes for the Ice Punch, which takes me down very low before the Aqua Jet actually surprisingly takes me out. I didn't think the Aqua Jet would actually do that much, but it is doing 33% here to the Arcanine after Intimidate and with max HP, max defense. Even though it is a super effective hit, I am able to land the Willow on him, so he can't really do a whole lot to me anymore as his screen wears out. Then he goes into Snorlax as I just kind of prepare myself for the Azumarill switch-in later in the match. Just Morning Sun up, and I think I go for the... Okay, I thought I would go for the Extreme Speed right here in order to take out the Snorlax. He does bring in the Azumarill right now. I thought the Extreme Speed would take him out, but I don't think I have any attack investment in this Arcanine, so it makes a little bit of sense that it would live. I think Azumarill has max 404 HP, which is pretty good base HP, especially for that little puny mouse or whatever it is. And here I'm just going to go and take out the Bronzong with the Flamethrower to end the game. So it was a little bit tough predicting around the Victini because I didn't see its item throughout the whole match, so I didn't really know what it was going to do. Kind of helped to see its moveset revealed relatively early because I saw the Blue Flare like 6th or 7th turn or something, which told me that he wasn't choice locked. If he had bluffed it better, maybe, then he could have done better in the match, possibly won, because that Victini was kind of just going through my whole team left and right. And I think if I didn't get the Thunder Wave off with the Togekiss, the game would have ended a lot differently. I mean, even now it was a relatively narrow 2-0 because I had my bulky Arcanine, and I think that's a Life Orb Honchkrow. I don't remember what it was when we saw Sucker Punch earlier. It might be Scarfed, but I do believe it is Life Orb. But yeah, that was kind of a fun match. Kind of long, 42 turns, as you can see. I do have this new layout thing that I tried at the end of the video, so if you want to stick around for that, that'd be kind of cool. It just took a little, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to throw together because I don't really like the boring just subscribe button, which is kind of, I don't know, boring at the end of the video. So I just played around for a little bit, and we'll see how that turns out. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to give me feedback, inbox me, whatever you want to do, and I'll see you guys next time.